Welcome to Giants Sports Talk Live, the morning edition. Nice and early here in the AM, Glenn. Whoa, my gosh.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Yeah, absolutely.
Like that, my Irish roots.
There you go. All right. Yesterday, Giants had a nice win yesterday. Let's see what they could do today. And then we'll also talk about what is on the docket for the rest of the league today and see if there's any interesting matchups that will be taking place today in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Giants off the top, and it's nice to be back. It's got a nice sound, nice ring to it. 500 baseball. And let's hope that this is just the start, Eric, because we're making our move. We're heading up the standings, and I'm looking forward to kind of getting a preview of what we've got in store today, because we're going to see a young pitcher on the hill. And it's this point in the show every morning. You rise and shine with us. We will get you ready for a complete docket of baseball, everything from around the league to get you geared up and excited for a day of this sport that we love. But Eric, tell you what, after yesterday's game, I'm excited because the Giants looked good.
Yes, they did.
And now, today's Giants in Review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
All right. Yeah, San Francisco Giants, as you stated earlier, Glenn, were able to beat the Washington Nationals 4-1. Logan Webb went 5 2/3. Wasn't like he was. Of course, it wasn't like he was when he had his complete game shutout, but he still was out there and he did his thing, was able to only allow one run. And the Giants were able to put 4 on the board, and they were able to get to 500 since the beginning of June.
You had Ryan Walker pitch when Webb left. So Walker came in. You saw the Rogers twins, as I so affectionately call them. And then Camilo came in. He looked really, really sound as he picked up the save yesterday. So one of the things I took away from the game was after Webb's departure after 5 2/3, the bullpen went 3 1/3 and didn't give up a run. So they shut down Washington. The bullpen looked nice. It's nice to see what the Giants bullpen can do, it appears, when they're rested, Eric.
Yeah, it's a great point. They did the same thing in Cincinnati in that last game. Robbie Ray, I believe, went 5, and then the bullpen took up the rest. They didn't allow. I think they only allowed 1 hit, no runs. Today, I think they only allowed 2 hits and no runs. So yeah, the bullpen has kind of been the shiny spot right now. Being able to get that rest. I mean, you had that. They were able to get the rest from when Logan Webb threw his complete game shutout. They had the day off. The next start was Blake Snell, who had his no-hitter. So the bullpen had 3 days of rest. Mm-hmm. So they should be nice and fresh. And, this time of the year, we're in the dog days. Anytime that the bullpen could get some rest, it makes them that much more effective.
The morning edition of Giant Sports Talk Live, we're reviewing what happened yesterday. Want to thank our sponsor for the show in the mornings, Lefties over in Burlingame, your home for the best sports memorabilia. They are your home for everything Giants. And coming up on the 18th, Eric, you can go over to Burlingame. You can get in contact with them, get a ticket for an autograph and a meet and greet with Tyler Fitzgerald. And appropriately enough, what a great guest to have in store, because he's red hot. Had another home run yesterday. A 2-hit day. He was 2 for 4. A run, 1 batted in. The shot, I believe it's his 12th of the year. And Chapman had the 3-run blast to really put it away as the Giants go on to win.
Absolutely. You want to see contributions from the whole lineup if you can. Lately, it's just been Fitzgerald and Chapman. But Conforto's hitting. Wade's starting to hit. Mm-hmm. If the Giants are going to make any noise, you're going to have those guys contribute to the lineup. It can't just be 1 or 2 guys in the lineup and then have a bunch of zeros. So let's see what happens. Again, it's going to be an uphill climb.
Wait, who I'm excited about? Before we get over yesterday's game, who I'm excited about?
I know who you're excited about.
Gerard Encarnacion. Oh, see, now you couldn't say it. Now I can't say it. Encarnacion. We'll get it. He started again in right field. He was 2 for 4. He's still batting above. His major league average is above 300. 2 for 4. He's contributing. I was hoping he would. He's somebody I'm cheering for, and I'm hoping he makes a contribution. He can certainly bring a hot bat. He's batting over 300, so obviously he can hit, and he's got potential to hit the long bomb.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, when he was in AAA down there in Sacramento, I mean, he was raking. So he earned his spot. So that was nice to see. He earned a spot to get some major league playing time. Let's see what
And
he
with
does
the
with it.
win, and with the win, 57-57 this season, Eric, the Giants enter game today with the Nationals with Hayden Birdsong on the pitching mound. Everybody's heard about the bird. His name is becoming synonymous around baseball. He's 3-0.
Yeah, exactly. And his ERA is pretty low too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
297.
That's pretty damn good. For being a young pitcher. I think he's only 22 as well. He's a young pitcher, but the way he commands that mound when he takes the ball, that he's in charge. And it's great to see that from a young player. The guy really is he is something. Let's see if he could keep it up. Again, he's a young pitcher. I get a little bit worried about his innings pitched for the simple fact that maybe he's in some uncharted territory. That always concerns me. But hey, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Let's keep throwing him out there until his ability shows otherwise.
Cool thing about the rookies, their uniform number, they'll soon be in triple digits, won't they? He wears number 60. He's 3-0, 297 ERA. He's a right-hander, goes up against Mackenzie Gore. That lefty is 6-9. And his ERA getting up there, 4.54. That game tonight at Nationals Park, a 3:45 start for our friends in the Bay Area. It's going to be another sticky one at that game, 93 degrees. Bring your fan. You can, sit in the stands and go, ooh, because winds are going to be light. Out to center won't be a factor. Another hot, humid evening for Giants baseball. Looking to move, and I can't believe I'm saying this on a Tuesday morning, August the 6th. We're trying to get above 500 baseball, Eric.
Sure would be nice. Sure, if again you conquered one thing is hitting 500. Now you got to keep adding on that. You can't get below 500 again. You got to keep doing your thing. Again, it's out of control what the other teams do. The only thing that's within your control is what you do every day. You go out there and take the mound.
Good point. As they used to say, taking care of business every day.
Yes.
Now, last night, anybody who tuned into Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and myself, we recapped the action from yesterday. We talked a little bit about what we could expect over at Nationals Park today. We closed out the show last night, Eric. We were talking about the over-under and the percentage. They had San Francisco a 65% favorite to win the game. As of this morning, they're down to 53% favorites. So sort of a 50-50. The odds makers are saying Washington could win. I think they're looking at a rookie pitcher.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
I don't think they're taking into consideration a 3-0 record and how good he's really looked.
Yeah, maybe. That may be part of it. Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow.
It's going to be a busy day. And as you mentioned you alluded to, Eric, we got to play leapfrog. We got to look after our own business. There's teams we got to catch. What are we looking at elsewhere on this Tuesday? Major League Baseball.
Let's take a look to see what is happening today in baseball. Arizona at Cleveland. That was a good game yesterday. They went down to the right. If I'm not mistaken, I think it went extra innings, and Arizona was able to pull it out 7-6, if I remember. Eduardo Rodriguez. Oh, he's going to make a start tomorrow. Wow, I didn't think it was going to be until next week. Look at this. He's going to go up against Ben Lively. Let's see how that works, or let's see how that pans out in Cleveland, where you were not that long ago.
That's right. Tomorrow today in Miami, Cincinnati takes on Miami at Lone Depot Park. And boy, what a big game for Dela Cruz. That guy's got the wheels. Surprisingly, yesterday, Eric, the Cincinnati Reds beat Miami 10-3.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even get a stolen base, but was he effective? Dela Cruz was 4 for 5, and he scored 3 runs. Was he done? No, because he also had the 3 batted in yesterday. He belted a couple of home runs in that game. So the two teams do battle again today. Miami, they're hoping that maybe they'll give Dela Cruz a rest today as the Reds take on the Miami Marlins at Lone Depot Park.
And over in Pittsburgh at PNC Park, San Diego against Pittsburgh. Dylan Cease taking a mound for the Padres. Bailey Falter for the Pirates. Dylan Cease has been having a good year. Matter of fact, his last outing, if I'm not mistaken, was a no-hitter. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that no-hitter happened in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken. So that should be a good one. San Diego is still in their winning ways. We'll see what happens here in in Pittsburgh.
All right. Los Angeles plays in New York. Two teams in completely opposite directions. The Angels are 49-63. The Yankees are 67-46. Luis Gil goes for the Yankees. He's 11-5. Davis Daniel at 1-2. He's a youngster. 4.91 ERA though. The Angels are kind of a team that are spiraling.
Yeah.
The dog days are coming upon us, and I think you're going to see teams like the Angels just fall by the wayside. The game at Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees are heavy favorites to win that one tonight.
Yeah, and then in Toronto, you got a face-off at the AL East. Baltimore Orioles against the Toronto Blue Jays. You got Grayson Rodriguez, their young pitcher, against the veteran Chris Bassett. Let's see what happens with Baltimore. Again, Baltimore is a juggernaut right now. They had a great trade deadline. They picked up Eloy Jimenez. They picked up Austin Slater. Mm-hmm. And they also traded for a starting pitcher in Zach Eflin. So let's see what Baltimore will do the rest of the season.
Two teams with very similar records. Milwaukee 62-49, Atlanta 60-51. Milwaukee sends Colin Ray to the hill. He's 9-3 up against Bryce Elder, who's 2-4 at Truist Park in Atlanta. It will be another matchup between Milwaukee and the Atlanta Braves, two teams that have very strong postseason aspirations.
Yeah, and Tampa Bay is going to be in St. Louis. You got Jeffrey Springs against Sonny Gray. If you could look up the numbers for Sonny Gray, I think he's having a really good year, if I'm not mistaken. I know when he faced against the Giants, when Giants were in St. Louis, he stopped the Giants pretty good. He is an excellent pitcher, having a good season. Mm-hmm. Again, St. Louis is another team that the Giants are having to fight. So you want St. Louis to lose and see Tampa Bay to win if the Giants want to try to reach those wild card aspirations.
You ask and you shall receive, Eric. Sonny Gray is 10-6 entering that game. And even though you and I, we like to say we know our baseball, I don't even know who Jeffrey Springs is. He's got
Never heard of him.
ERA, no wins, no losses, no decisions. The game at Busch Stadium, that one goes tonight. Houston, they'll take on the Texas Rangers in Major League Baseball tonight. We've got Framber Valdez, 10-5 for Houston. Tyler Mahle for Texas. That one is a 5-0-5 start.
All right, and then you got Minnesota in Chicago. Again, Chicago is a team that's below the Giants, but they also made some deadline moves, and I'm sure they're wanting to try to get into a wild card as well. So you got Minnesota versus Chicago at Wrigley Field. You got Pablo Lopez against Shota Imanaga. That's going to be a good pitching duo. Lopez, he's had his struggles, but he's a decent pitcher. And then everyone's seen how Shota Imanaga has had in his first season at the MLB level. He's doing well.
Over at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, the Royals will host Boston tonight. That game will get underway at 5:10 p.m. It's going to be a nice night for baseball in Kansas City. Light winds, 80 degrees.
Ooh, beautiful. And then you got New York in Colorado at Coors Field where the ball flies. You got Luis Severino versus Kyle Freeland. Let's see. Again, New York Mets, one of the teams that are in the hunt for a wild card. They're definitely going to want to try to get over on the Rockies. So we'll see how that pans out at 5:40 p.m. in Colorado.
You can join us tonight, 8 p.m. for Giant Sports Talk Live, our usual start time weeknights. And even though we're a Giants network, we talk a lot about the standings and the wild card of the National League. Something tells me I'll have my ear to the wall. I'll be listening to things going on over in the East Bay when the White Sox play Oakland. Ross Stripling, he's terrible this year. Former Giant, 2-10. But he's up against Jonathan Cannon, and you talk about terrible. The White Sox have lost 21 in a row. We'll keep an eye on that one, see how long that streak continues.
That's not a streak. To be
well,
proud.
It is.
Oof.
It's a
That's
streak.
bad.
Streaking someone's shorts, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Oh my God, that is bad.
We gotta match up in Seattle, Detroit. It's Seattle, a 6:40 start. Not much there, but hey, a good one to wrap it up, Eric.
Oh yeah, look at that. We got another face-off of teams that are in the lead in their respective leagues, in the Philadelphia Phillies and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Last night it was a close game, but the Dodgers pulled it out.
Look who's pitching today for LA.
Look who's pitching. You got Christopher Sanchez for the Phillies, but you got Clayton Kershaw. His last outing didn't go too well. Not well at all. So let's see if Kershaw has a rebound and see what happens down there in Chavez Ravine.
There you go, the Dodgers, and they'll be hosting Philadelphia. That will be on ESPN, so you have a chance to throw it on the big screen, and you can tune in on the World Wide Web, online, Giant Sports Talk Live. Tune into our YouTube channel. We will talk for 2 solid hours about another Giants win in Washington. Eric, good morning to you. We'll talk to you tonight and all of our faithful viewers.
All right, see you guys tonight. See you.